If you would have died in the Sanger area during the 1850s, you would have probably been buried in the Kings River Cemetery, established near what would one day become the town of Centerville. One of the earliest marked graves in the cemetery is young Henry Helm, whose short, tragic life ended December 12, 1868, making baby Henry Sanger Cemetery's first favorite son. Under these oaks, many souls were buried before records were kept, so their exact locations remain a mystery. To avoid disturbing any graves, a significant portion of Sanger's original cemetery is off limits for future interments. By the early 1890s, the Sanger Lumber Company ran its easement through the eastern portion of the cemetery. Through this easement, workers built a 64-mile-long flume that carried millions of board feet of lumber along the Kings River from the sawmill at Hume Lake to build the growing railhead town of Sanger. It was becoming increasingly clear Sanger would need to expand its cemeteries and form its own cemetery district. Now you may be wondering, what is a cemetery district? The short answer is, a cemetery district in California is one of the many special districts which are governed locally to provide essential services and infrastructure to the district's residents. Each special district provides a specific type of service to meet its community's long-term needs. A few examples of special districts are airports, harbors, irrigation, levees, waterworks, and of course, cemeteries. Each county's local agency formation commission, called a LAFCO, oversees all its special districts, their spheres of influence, boundaries, and service area changes. In 1909, the California legislature first authorized the creation of public cemetery districts. In 2004, a revised and recodified cemetery district law was enacted providing the basis for the public cemetery district as part of the Health and Safety Code, which all California's 248 cemetery districts adhere to today. In 1925, the residents in and around the towns of Sanger, Centerville, Minkler, and Piedra formed their 26-acre Sanger Cemetery and two 1 1/2 acre cemeteries, Bethel and Fairview, into the Sanger Cemetery District. 4 years later, the Del Rey Cemetery District was formed, combining the 1-acre-sized Del Rey and Salem cemeteries. And in 1993, Fresno County's LAFCO approved the Sanger Del Rey Cemetery District, consolidating the 5 cemeteries. Governing the Sanger Del Rey Cemetery District has been the charge of a 3-member Board of Trustees, appointed by elected local representatives, the Fresno County Board of Supervisors of District 4 and District 5. The Board of Trustees enjoys corporate powers to hire employees, enter into contracts, and acquire property. Financially, the district is debt-free, and its assets exceed liabilities by, on average, over $2.5 million. Annually, the district prepares and adopts its budget by August 30th, which is funded by its share of property taxes, charges for burials, fees for services, and other operational and capital grants. A legislative mandated endowment fund, supported by user fees, has been established for cemetery maintenance in perpetuity once district cemeteries are at capacity. The district's annual audits are conducted by a CPA and submitted to the Fresno County Auditor and California State Controller. A general legal counsel also advises the district. However, to provide proper management and assure future growth, the board designates and works closely with the general manager who hires, directs, and manages a staff to handle the district's affairs. For the general manager to effectively control the day-to-day business, legal and financial affairs, the district employs an office assistant who maintains relationships with the district's many and varied stakeholders, from the trustees to funeral directors to cemetery staff to distressed families. The office assistant is the hub of the district's operational wheel. For the general manager to provide the district with well-maintained facilities, a team of groundkeepers, many of whom have enjoyed long histories with the district, work from dawn to dusk, mowing, edging, paving, repairing, and installing irrigation equipment. For example, It took 3 years for the maintenance crew to convert Sanger Cemetery's 62 irrigated acres from a manual to an electronic watering system with timers, a variable frequency drive, and flow meters to monitor its 125 valves. This upgrade allows for night irrigation, which uses our water well much more efficiently. In addition, the foreman and staff are asked to prepare for and execute the necessary burial and funeral functions, all while showing the utmost respect and sensitivity to grieving families. Indeed, the families of the souls we inter have been and will always be at the heart of the district's mission. It is for those left behind we strive to renew ourselves daily and to ensure their grief is not made deeper by our insensitivity. Since its first creation, it has been the mission of the 3-member Board of Trustees to see that the Sanger Del Rey Cemetery District provides its residents with sensitive, thoughtful, and reasonably priced burial services, well-maintained facilities, and assurance of growth to ensure availability for future generations, and to conduct ourselves in an open and transparent manner. If we ever fall short, please let us know and take a moment to visit our website to review the rules and regulations governing internment in our cemeteries. Thank you.